Hello, hello, friends. It's Raquel from Our Infinite Nature here with your moon forecast for the upcoming new moon in Aquarius that is happening on February 9th around 3 p.m. Pacific time. And you can figure out what time that is for you. Now, the theme that I identified for this Aquarius new moon is pleasure within the new perspective, the pleasure of new perspectives. And the reason I identified this particular theme for this new moon in Aquarius is because one of the major themes of this particular new moon is change, like so much change. And we will get into that in just a moment. But within this real big focus on change is really our own capacity, each and every one of us as individuals, and then the larger bit of us as a collective, which is like so Aquarian. But like, how can we increase our capacity to hold that change? And that really comes down to allowing it to be pleasurable, finding comfort in the actual discomfort of change. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about Aquarius energy itself because we're in Aquarius season and it's a pretty major Aquarius season at the moment. We have lots of planets in Aquarius, including Pluto, which I talked about in pretty good detail in the last video because Pluto moved into Aquarius and will remain in Aquarius until about September of this year. Pluto will jump back into Capricorn for a little bit right around the time of the presidential election, which is like so incredibly literal. Anyway, we'll talk way more about that come September, October, November, I'm sure. But then Pluto will be in Aquarius starting in, I want to say mid-November of 2024 and will remain there for like 20 years. So Pluto in Aquarius is a big theme. Pluto in Aquarius, if you want more information about that, go check out the last video where I talked a lot about it. But regardless, we have a lot of Aquarian energy. And when we talk about Aquarius, we're talking about a fixed air sign. Air is the energy of our minds. Air is the energy of our communication. But it's really our mindset, our beliefs. And a fixed sign is one that is stubborn and pretty, I don't want to use the same word to define it, but it's like it really encapsulates a lot of the energies of that particular element. So when we think about the air signs, the fixed air sign is like Aquarius is the one that's really going to encapsulate a lot of the qualities of air. And when we think about air, we can think about how transformative it is, how life affirming it is. I mean, that's breath, right? Life itself comes from breath in so many ways. How focused it can be for us, how we can really find focus or lose focus with the breath, how we can create a lot of transformation with breath. It's also the energy of inspiration, ideas, being tapped into the muses. And when it comes to Aquarius, we're also really talking about the energy of the collective. Aquarius is the energy that is power to the people. Aquarius is really probably the most collective-minded sign of the zodiac. And so when we're thinking about Aquarius, what we're often doing is actually thinking about the higher, greater good for all. And we can often actually bypass our own needs and our own emotions in favor of collective needs and a collective emotions. In fact, Aquarius does that sometimes. And one thing that's interesting as we move out of Capricorn season into Aquarius season is that Aquarius is actually trying to provide us a little bit of a different relationship with our emotions. Now, many people don't consider Capricorn to be a very emotional sign. It's a very earthy sign. It's a cardinal earth sign, but Capricorn is sisters to Cancer, and Cancer is like the emo queen. And so Capricorn actually has a lot of emo vibes. Capricorn feels a lot, but doesn't often like to feel it, likes to ground that feeling into action. That's what Capricorn does, is it basically takes a lot of action as a way to move through the energies of all the emotion that it feels. Aquarius, being an air sign, doesn't often feel very emotionally when it comes to personal things. In fact, they can really bypass their own emotions. And when we're talking about the moon, though, we're talking about our emotional selves, our emotional body. So as we move from the moon in Capricorn into, well, yeah, we had the last moon was in Capricorn into moon in Aquarius, we're really kind of creating a little bit of a higher viewpoint for our own emotions. So not really taking our emotions so personally, being able to kind of release some of that personal focus in order to kind of have a higher viewpoint, be able to see things from that higher perspective. And Aquarius is all about new perspectives, innovative perspectives. So, Aquarian energy is really all about changing perspectives, creating new, innovative ways of doing things, looking at things, thinking about things. This is all very Aquarian. Now, what's interesting about this particular new moon in Aquarius is that this focus on change, this focus on new perspectives is actually, even though it is Aquarius and it's less personal and more collective, this particular new moon in Aquarius is going to feel somewhat personally activating because of Chiron. Chiron, which is actually considered a asteroid, I believe, as opposed to a planet itself. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Chiron is very active all around this particular new moon. And Chiron's coming really, really close to the moon's north node, which kind of speaks to our own expansion and our own healing. Chiron represents the deep wounds, often karmic wounds we all hold. It's the wounds that are so deep within us that maybe we won't actually, quote unquote, heal them in this lifetime, but that they're wounds that we're meant to address, look at, embody, and actually turn into a form of medicine that we then bring out to the world. Chiron is the realization that sometimes our pain, our wounds, our trauma are the motivation, are the inclination we then have toward healing, toward expansion. And with Chiron being very activated around this new moon in Aquarius, we might really feel old wounds, old patterns, old traumas, old limiting stories rise up to the surface around this particular lunation. And do remember that we can often feel the energies of a new moon or full moon 3 days before and 3 days after, and sometimes even more depending how sensitive you are. So you're probably already feeling some of these energies right now. What's very interesting about Chiron and Aquarius and the energies that it's bringing for this particular new moon is that it's a reminder that yes, pain and suffering can be motivators and instigators for change and for expansion. But there's also this recognition, especially with the Aquarius energies, that we can actually find pleasure, find comfort, find even joy within this journey of suffering, within this journey of healing. And in fact, it's necessary. The pleasure is a necessary part. The focus on the pleasure is a necessary part of our own healing, especially from a nervous system perspective. And the nervous system is very much active. Well, our nervous system is always activated, right? But Uranus and the way Uranus and the way Uranus is activated during this particular new moon also has us very much in nervous system regulation or nervous system dysregulation around this particular new moon as well. But we'll get there. Moving back to Chiron. So we're feeling particularly wounded or old wounds coming up around this new moon, but there's also this perception and this perspective of like, maybe I can find the meaning in this. Maybe I can actually find the pleasure in this. Maybe I can find some comfort within the discomfort. And when I was feeling in intuitively to the energies of this particular new moon, there really, really was a lot of focus on the pleasure. Where can you feel the pleasure in your body? And the way Spirit kind of brought me the understanding of the energies of this particular Aquarian new moon has to do with breath, which isn't surprising because Aquarius is an air sign. But the knowing came into me when I was actually doing a little bit of yoga one morning and I was doing some stretches and I was doing my pigeon pose where I was like getting deep into the hips, right? And you're getting in there, and when you first get into the pose, you're like, ooh, that's really tight. And you take that nice deep inhale in and you actually breathe into that pain, right? You breathe into that tightness. And then you exhale and you actually surrender into the pain, into the tightness. And when you do that, the pain actually lets go and it evolves, it kind of melds into pleasure. It's like that term, like it hurts so good. If you've ever had a deep tissue massage or done some deep stretches or even just challenged your body, and when you're really deep in it and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, and you take that one really grounding, motivating yet sustaining breath. It's the inhale of awareness, maybe even awareness of the pain. And it's an exhale of surrender, of releasing into that experience. And from there, the pleasure comes. That is the energy of this Aquarius new moon. It's that sustaining, motivating breath that gets us through something challenging. That is exactly what this Aquarius new moon energy is like. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the nervous system because, as I mentioned, being able to titrate, to focus our attention on pleasure in the midst of our pain is actually the best thing we can do for nervous system regulation. It is so incredibly powerful. And the nervous system is going to be activated because Uranus, the planet of sudden change and individualization and originality, is also very active around this particular Aquarius new moon, which is also more confirmation for us that this new moon is change, 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 change. Be open to change. Uranus, Uranus is very much confirming that as well. So with this energy of Uranus coming in also, Uranus actually governs the nervous system. And so we might feel if there is some sudden, abrupt, surprising changes that might pop up either in our personal life or in the collective experience around this new moon, the nervous system can often become very like around change. And we actually have to slowly increase our capacity to hold new energies. That's really what the nervous system needs us to do. And the way we're able to do that is through this focus on pleasure as well. So even with the Uranian influence and this kind of guarantee that we're going to be experiencing a relationship with change with this particular new moon, there's still this reminder coming from the moon in Aquarius that's letting us know that we can find comfort in the discomfort. We can find pleasure within the pain. It's all about our mindset and what we choose to focus on, as well as our breath and how we can allow our breath to help us with that transformation and with that change. And so if you want some more information about this particular new moon, if you're looking for some journal prompts or to just read more on what I just shared, please check out my please check out my moon blog. You can find it linked below. Please like, save, comment, share this video if you enjoy the content that I'm sharing. And if you are feeling like you are ready for some big change in your life, if you're feeling ready to increase your nervous system capacity to hold more of your authenticity, I just want to let you know that doors are now open to my group coaching program called Intuitive Magic. This is a live, immersive, and interactive group coaching program all about enhancing your intuitive understanding, your intuitive connection, cultivating your intuitive gifts, and really connecting with your spiritual connection. Connecting with your spiritual connection. Yeah, it's really about learning how you're connecting and communicating with the universe at large through your spiritual understanding. We'll be meeting on Sunday mornings. We begin February 25th, and we'll be meeting for 10 sessions. This is live. We will be learning in very informative content, but we'll also be pairing that with interactive energy practices, and we'll be conducting intuitive reads for each other, on each other, be read in return every single session. It is my personal belief that every single one of us is intuitive. We're at a point in human consciousness right now where more and more people are waking up to their gifts of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, clear seeing, clear knowing, clear hearing, clear sensing, the understanding that there's so much more in this world than what we have currently been able to see, hear, feel, smell, or sense, that there's more. So many people are waking up to this, and my program, Intuitive Magic, provides you with such a powerful foundation and baseline for understanding the signs, the symbols that your spirit team are already sending to you to help you cultivate and connect with your magic, your intuitive connection, and help bring that back out into the world. So doors are open for this program right now. I do also offer payment plans and scholarships as well. So if you'd like to learn more about intuitive magic, you can hop on a free discovery call with me. I will put that in the notes below as well. Please note that I do keep this program small. I only take a maximum of 10 participants for this program because we're also creating a very safe, supportive, and inspiring community of people. And I like to keep it nice and intimate so we can feel that connection between the participants. So if you'd like more information, if you want to find out more, you can just DM me or just follow the links below. And I hope you all have a beautiful new moon in Aquarius. All right, until next time, friends. Bye.